What's going on, Pastor? What's going on, leader? Several days ago, I dropped a video on the dilemma of micromanagement. And just in the last week, I've made connections with several pastors to help them walk through this dilemma of micromanager. And so I decided to go through my old notes because sometime towards the end of 2020, I was at a restaurant with a pastor friend of mine, and I wrote some notes on a napkin. The best ideas are something you just draft on a napkin over a black cup of coffee. The best ideas are ideas you write on a scrap piece of paper. So I found these and I wanted to share them with you. The difference between micromanager and macro manager. So today, but just say hello to my grandson first. Jack, say hi. There you go. You got a hello from him. So I wanted to share these with you. 5 things, 5 ways micromanager and macro manager are different. The first one, I shared this in my video several days ago. Micromanager is hands-on. You have your talons in everything, and because of it, you frustrate people. A macro manager is hands-off, but not hands-off in a I don't care or dismissive or not interested approach. It's more of a my hands are off, but my eyes and ears and heart are very much on the project. And that's what makes you a visionary. A micromanager is not a visionary. A macro manager is a visionary. I'm going to continue on now. I'm going to make some of you think about this. The second difference is a micromanager, there's no autonomy. There's no growth. There's no independence. There's no ability for other people to really thrive and grow. A macro manager, there is a sense of autonomy that is released through the power of equipping, trust, and entrusting. There's 2 words that go together, trust and entrusting. Trust is because I trust my staff. I'm going to entrust them with a project. Trust and entrust. I had a pastor an associate that I hired, and I think pretty much like 3 months in, he was like, he had a great question. He was my associate at executive level, and he asked me the question. He says, when I make decisions, when I do projects or run events, should I make decisions based on how you think, right? Or how I think? That was his question. So I'm like, think about that question now. Do you want your staff to make decisions how you make them? To think exactly like you? Or to think like themselves? So I said, well, I want you to make decisions like you would make, filtered through my process and vision. Does that make sense? Because I didn't hire me, I hired someone else. Someone said, the church can't handle another Tony Paolo. I'm like, why not? Man, you'd be blessed with 2 of them. He says, my mentor says the church cannot. There's one of you and they can handle just one. They need someone that's opposite of you. So I hired my opposite. He was gifted in the areas that I was weak, and he was great at the areas that I wasn't. And so I told him, I said, you make decisions like you would think, filtered through my vision. Okay, you got that? Number 3, numero 3. The micromanager doesn't have an executive team, doesn't have a management team, doesn't have an associate team, right? If you're in business, it's like you're it. And then there's no management. You make all the decisions. A pencil can't be bought unless it comes through you. That's micromanager. A macro manager, there's a management team. There's a team that puts feet to the vision that comes from your heart. Number 4, a micromanager is a doer. A macro manager is a developer. You got that? Micro is a doer. A macro is a developer. If you're a doer, you're not developing. And we're called to equip, which is developing our team. That's the difference between a doer and a developer. And the last one, micromanager is personality driven, all centered around me. I'm the patriarch, and no one can do anything unless it comes through me. That's a micromanager. A macro is team-centered, completely different than personality-driven, patriarch-driven, is team-centered. Basically, the team you get the applause, the team gets the credit, but God gets the glory. All right? I'll see you guys later.